Coon. So when Bloodshed had died, it kind of put a real wreck on his life. Like he really took it hard at that time because he had just got the deal and then Bloodshed had died. No, he didn't get the deal. Bloodshed had died. Then Biggie had died, and then he just felt like he was lost because.
Remember, there was a holdup with Entertainment.
Not even with Entertainment. We didn't meet on at that time.
Okay.
You dig? Blood had died in the car crash. Then Biggie had ended up dying in L.A. And then he was supposed to do the deal with Biggie and them. So now it was like we was back to ground zero because we didn't know what was going on with that, and the whole industry was mourning and all that. And I remember Cam Arms had the liquor store that he had took control of and stuff like that. And we used to be at the liquor store working or whatever. And I remember one day they was shooting I Love Big Papa video after Biggie had passed and Bloodshed had passed, and we shut the liquor store down and we go there in town at Mount Morris Park over there. They was shooting a video on 123rd, and me and Cam was just walking around the corner because it's Harlem. We like, hey, niggas locks, you know how we young and now, we pulling up. We go there, and as we walking up, I see I'm like, yo, that's the dude in the Source magazine, like that's Parkman, that's the dude on DS. And I'm like, yo, we gotta, I know it's a bad time, but yo, if
that's right, Undias was first.
Yeah, so I'm like, yo, if Big said he gonna sign you, that's his partner, we gonna see. And sure enough, we went up to him. I'm like, yo, this is Cam. I don't know Adam. Big, you know, before that, Big he was like, yeah, man, Big told us about you. He said, on Monday we want you to come to the office so we could sign you to this label. It was that simple. Then on Monday, Cam got his lawyer, did a crazy ass deal. When Un had got that $64 million from Sony, and Cam had signed for a shitload of money. I remember going to buy the big 600 Benz. We had went out to Queens and to the joint.
Cam's Benz game, bro.
You know what I mean? And, that was 96. That was Mace got signed in 96 and Cam got signed in 97.
So now you and Cam during this entertainment time, right? Like, what is you and Cam's relationship?
The best of friends.
Because I want to always get the position of what was going on.
The best of friends. After Bloodshed had passed away, me and Cam became uncontrollably close. Like, you know, we were just brothers. You couldn't take us apart. He lived with me. We did everything together. And you name it, we did it together, man.
And where's Freaky Zeke in this equation?
I knew Zeke since I was the age of 8. And I always been militant minded. So when Cam got his deal, I said we got to form an army around us because we can't be running around and letting niggas roll over us at all. And you know what I mean? This is little bit before I really started banging blood and all that type of crazy shit. Like, I always was affiliated because my projects was
This is Braids Jimmy.
This is Braids Jimmy. So Zeke came in the picture when Cam got the deal. I'm like, we're gonna start putting niggas around us that I know is gonna be.
So Zeke was your relationship.
That was my relationship. I introduced him to Zeke. I said Zeke is one of the illest niggas I know. Cause at that time I've been to high school with Zeke. We fresh out of high school. Remember, we 18, 19 in 96 and 97. You dig? So I'm dealing with the people that I went to school with, and I know Zeke was a warrior, a savage. It wasn't nothing that me and Zeke ain't doing school that we didn't come out with together. Like, and we broke bad, we got beat up, we beat people up. Like, this with me. So I'm like, we need Zeke. He had a big dude uptown named Fat Sean that used to be like, we're gonna put Sean next to us. My man Black and Dawn from the Bronx. Like, it was just pieces I was putting around us to keep that protection. But at the whole time, before I got all the pieces together, I was everything. I was the hype man, I was the road manager, I was the manager, I was the security, I was the dude boy, I was everything. You name everything you can name, I was it for Cam. I would not let Cam put himself in no harm's way on my watch or on my clock, and that, as everybody could see. I don't think there's a time that you see in this industry that you can see Cam has reacted aggressively towards no one as far as putting their hands on somebody. I don't think you can find a clip of that. But you can find numerous clips of me activating for the diplomats, and that's a fact.
Thanks for tuning in to Kross TV Network. That's Kross with a K. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. You know, I know time is the essence. I wasted a lot of time in my life, you know what I'm saying, that I can't get back, so I definitely ain't gonna waste none of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could be anywhere in the world, but y'all here with me, and I appreciate that. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Those that been following me and been, you know, supportive, you know what I'm saying, for the years I've been with YouTube, you know what I'm saying, appreciate y'all, love y'all. Those for the first time, you know, thank y'all, and I hope y'all appreciate the content. You know, those that been following me for a while, y'all see that this is something new that I'm doing. Like I said, you know, there's a lot of things that I'm doing. You know, the podcast still going on, but unfortunately I had a couple of deaths and everything, you know, so that's what's been putting that on hold for a little minute. But Nevertheless, I'm still gonna give y'all content, even though I'm not pushing it every day and everything. But you know, back to the issue between Jim and Cam. Me personally, I wasn't gonna really make a video about it for a while. Even though I've been seeing a lot of people making videos, I see a lot of people making comments and everything. But I'm gonna speak from a fan's perspective, and I'm gonna speak from a homie's perspective, right? And this is why I chose to speak about Jim Jones. You know, to me, and I want the world to see, what I'm saying, what I see, in him, and why I want people, in myself, why I look at him as an OG on the same level as all the homies that was even in the penitentiary and everything and every whatever. A lot of people might think, might even criticize me for saying that, whatever, because I know he's got a lot of hate behind him, but that's enough for a whole nother video. But we're gonna, even though I'm gonna talk about that also, you know what I'm saying. But with this video right here, I heard what Jim said, and I know that to be true because, Mel Kross, I've been locked up for a little over 26 years, and when you in the penitentiary, especially in the early 90s, in the late 2000s, you know what I'm saying, you had Word Up magazines, you had all these different, Source magazines, you had Double XL, you had all these different, Hip Hop Weekly, you had all these different type of magazines, Word Up magazine, you had all these different magazines, you know what I'm saying, that gave you the latest things that was going on. So being in the penitentiary and, and while I was locked up, doing over 10 years in the box, I had a lot of magazines and everything. I couldn't get a lot of commissary, so I get a lot of magazines. So I was reading a lot of stuff that was going on. Plus, a lot of my people's hell rail, my cousin acting them from Weeks Avenue and all that, that was around Jim and them and was running around with Jim and them when at the time when Cam and them was trying to tell them when they opened up to say that they was Harlem and they wasn't really, going for that. So that's why you didn't really see them around like that, whatever. But again, that's a whole nother story. But I feel like the issue with Jimmy and Cam really extended from after or around the time of the verses with them in the locks, because Cam already expressed how he really ain't want to do the verses, that he would have rather go on tour or something like that because they would have made more money. But Jim, he felt like, me being who I am and everything like that, just like any other ball player or somebody, what I'm saying, in the entertainment world, they would love and would rather people to, to perform in the Garden. They want to perform in the Garden, their hometown, the biggest sports arena in the world. So I really don't blame him. So at the time, he was willing to even give up all his bread just to be able to perform, where he don't even get nothing out of it. But Cam already expressed how he didn't want to take Jim money, but he ended up performing. But after the verses, I noticed how Cam pulls up in Harlem. He had the new Lamborghini. Jim was looking at him in some type of way, and I noticed, a lot of the comments people were saying they didn't know what they was playing, or they were serious and everything like that. And then, to me, it was kind of funny that, and ironic that Mace came in the picture and came into the fold, and him and Jadakiss along with Cameron came out with that Smash. It was a dope song. I'm a fan of Cam. I'm a fan of Mace. I'm a fan of Jada. Shout out to all of them. This is, you know what I'm saying? I'm not bashing Cameron. I'm a fan of Cam and everything, the whole Dipset movement. This is one of the reasons why I'm making this, because I kind of feel like, they should have been, getting money with it, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But that's neither here nor there. We're going to go back into the reality of what's going on right now. So, coming from Jim's perspective, even though he never really mentioned that, but it's like, they done grinded and did so much, you know what I'm saying? So Cam want to get back active, they could have did some Dipset thing or something like that or whatever, and it's like, then you turn around and you got a TV network, and you and Mace, now y'all partners and y'all best friends, but throughout your childhood and and things that was going on, pre Dipset and the dawn of Dipset, and the rise of Dipset, y'all was going through y'all little issues, you know. Mace was, you know, beefing with him. All y'all beefs always, your beef, like you said, always been about Mace. I mean, always been about Cam and things that he was doing and stuff like that, based on pride and ego, which is natural because that come with the life, you know. And Jim understood that because, like he said, he knew he needed pieces around him, and he understood and he knew his position and he knew his role. You know what I'm saying? And he took a lot of losses, he took a lot of L's. Yeah, he got locked up. His family got locked up. You know what I'm saying? They even got hands put on him, you know what I'm saying? And he even put hands on people, you know what I'm saying? But regardless of what, you know what I'm saying? He never complained and he stayed 10 toes down. You know what I'm saying? So I know it was kind of awkward, you know, even though they was going back and forth, you know what I'm saying, that Jim was never a guest on Cam and Mace show, but yet 50 was. And then awkwardly how it sounds, and it's funny how time turned because, you know, at the time when Cam was going through his situation when he was living in Miami, and you know, God bless his mother soul, may she rest in heaven, you know, wasn't feeling well and was going through she was going through, you know, Cam, you know, took a hiatus out of music, and he was down there taking care of her. And at the time, you know, Jim had Ballin', you know, the biggest song of his career. And you know, and he was, you know, he also was the president of Columbia Records at the time. So it was like, yeah, you know, he had momentum, and you know, and even you can't even deny it, man. You know, when Cam fell back, you know, and was out the limelight, whatever, Jim was holding it down. Jim was bringing that money in. Jim made sure that money was coming in. You know what I'm saying? He the one who also he brought Max B. And at one point, even the time became the face of Dipset. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, and kept it moving. And even though Cam, you know, was in Miami, and Mace was in Atlanta, Georgia, whatever, Jim Jones was still in Harlem. He was still in these streets. He was still running around. You know what I mean? And not for nothing, Jim be out here, and a lot of local artists, you know what I'm saying, could get a collab from Jim. Jim be doing, you know what I'm saying, collabs for the low, you know what I mean, putting people on. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the ways, you know what I'm saying, I had got next to Jim. You know what I'm saying? I had a photo shoot, you know what I'm saying, with the bros over there and up in Connecticut, you know, and we was over there on we was over there Morningside. You know what I'm saying? We did a video shooting over there. Me and Jim chopped it up, man. He showed love and all that, you know what I mean? You know, and everybody know he can get it from the low. He's approachable. You know what I'm saying? You really can't say a lot for these other dudes. But one of the main reasons why I want to say now, that's from basically from his fan perspective, from his fan perspective, I feel like, man, you know, even now it ain't too late, you know what I'm saying, where they can, you know, get music, make music together, get money together, and do a lot of things. We already know Jim Jones got an album coming out right now. I think it came out today. Maybe some people might say, well, all this is because of that. You know what I mean? Well, it could be what it is, but you know what I'm saying, you know, I just respect, you know what I'm saying, that this is what I really respect about him. You know what I'm saying? We're going to skip on to this gang thing, right? You know, I said in many videos before that outside of, you know, us in the penitentiary, Rikers Island up north, you know, and in these streets putting it in and everything, right? You know, it was Dipset, Jay-Z, and basically Lord Tariq and Peter Guns, you know what I'm saying, that basically, you know, brought the East Coast banging and our sets into the forefront. You know what I'm saying? And you know, brought it national where everybody knew who we was. You know what I'm saying? Lord Tariq and Peter Guns, you know, with their platinum success with Deja Vu, and then they also had underground hits, and then they also always showed they undying support of Pistol Pete, you know, with the Sex Money Murder, and they all from the same neighborhood and they grew up together. You know what I'm saying? And Jay-Z with that the song with him and Jermaine Dupri for the Ferrari, the Jaguar, spitting 4 rings, top down, screaming out, money ain't a thing, bubble hard in this bubble lard, crack and thing. All right, the part when he was like, to all my dogs that's locked in the Bing, when we hit the bricks, new whips, money ain't a thing. Anybody that don't know, he was talking about the New York Bloods, you know what I'm saying? He was talking about us, that when we was locked up, you know what I'm saying? The Bing is the box for Rikers Island, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, we always recognize this dog. We had the dog paws, was representing 3 concepts of banging, you know, and, you know, I can't give you, you know, a lot of that, because that's, you know, that's our lessons, that's personal things. But then you had Dipset, you know what I'm saying? And when I'm saying Dipset, you got to say mainly Jim Jones. You know what I'm saying? Throughout his whole career, once he started banging, you know what I'm saying? It ain't a song or video that he ain't throw it up, or that he ain't throw it up and he ain't rep his set, and he ain't wearing his bandanas or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And what made that so big, because, you know, out of all the groups that I named, you know what I'm saying, that musically wise, that rep the beat, they ain't really nobody had a big of an impact with the damn, you know, with this blood thing than what Jim Jones was doing with Dipset. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it a band, and I'm going to keep it a stat. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you why that's a big thing. That's a big thing. And then when I started, you know what I'm saying, doing my video, after I saw the little clip with Jim Jones talking, you know, I immediately threw on Certified Gangster, you know, video, you know what I'm saying, in the background, you know what I'm saying, while I did the voiceover, because the simple fact is, Jim Jones rep a set called Non-Trade Gangsta Bloods. You know what I'm saying? It was really the first set, you know what I'm saying, over here on the East Coast, you know what I'm saying, that was started by, you know, OG Mac and Big Iz, right? Now, a lot of, well, mainly the whole West Coast criticized us over here because, for one, you know what I'm saying, on the West Coast, they don't bang. Bloods don't associate with the letter 3 or Trey, because that belong to Crip. You know what I'm saying, for them, you know what I'm saying, the West Coast, because, you know, C is the 3rd letter of the alphabet. So anything that's Trey and all that, whatever, always was associated with Crip. You know what I mean? And B being that's the 2nd alphabet of the letter of the alphabet. You know, it was, you know, deuces, everything like that was always associated with blood. But nevertheless, you know, we over here, just like they were saying the same thing about, you know, you got 8 trade gangster Crips over there, but over here we got 1A trade gangster Bloods. That's because, you know, we from 1A third, you know what I'm saying, that's a set, you know what I'm saying, that was sanctioned, you know what I'm saying, by then our founder and how our sanctuary was go. It's one of the original sets, you know what I'm saying. So for him to not only be Dipset, and then you getting into beefs with Jay-Z, you getting into beefs with Nas, you getting into beef, you know what I'm saying, with Little C's and them, you know what I'm saying, you know, all this over musically, because remember, even with the beef, with the situation with dudes talking about, yo, you ran and he did this, that, and the other, and Cameron ran, whatever, you know what I'm saying, say what you want to say, but that beef with Little C's and them Brooklyn cats with Junior Mafia was because Cameron co-wrote Crush on You, which is the song with Little C's and Little Kim, but they never paid him. So it was always a little issue with that, and there was little words being said, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, and also to add on, you know, with, Jim had a little issue with Gutter, where him and Gutter, you know what I'm saying, had, you know, took swipes and they snuffed each other a couple of times, you know, and whatever have you. You know what I'm saying? So for you to be going through all that, and then you got to go on tour, you got to go on the West Coast, you got to face, you know what I'm saying, all this about, you know what I'm saying, what's this New York blood thing and all this, that, and the other, and you repping non-Trey and everything, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? In regards to what? He did it. And then not only he did it with class. You know what I'm saying? The way he did it was, he did Certified Gangster with Cameron and the Game. You know what I'm saying? Then when you look inside the video, you see Eazy-E's son. You know what I'm saying? You see a lot of reputable, you know what I'm saying, West Coast figures that's well respected out there on a coast and that are legendary in the music industry. You know what I'm saying? So that was big for a person that was once, just somebody trying to get in, doing anything from trying to, get Dipset tapes into the stores, you know what I'm saying, to even taking L's, to getting locked up and still never folding and keeping it pushing. And like I said, me personally, I don't blame him. Think about it. You got Ballin', the biggest song of your career. Cam on chill mode, respectfully, because he got things going on with his family, with his moms, may she rest her soul, may she rest in heaven, respectfully. And he had to take care of issues, and I don't see nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Respect to him. You know what I'm saying? How he would have played it, you know what I'm saying? Because that's his life, and respect to him. But however, from Jim's perspective of being an artist, this is a chance of a lifetime. This right here could change my whole life. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna run with this. Next thing you know, I'm rich. My family's straight. My people's is straight. Because I ain't gonna hold you. He be keeping the homies around him. He be looking out for. He do be looking out for people. You know what I'm saying? He's available for a conversation with people and everything, and that's what make him solid. And he ain't have no hiatus. Since Jim Jones started rapping, he never stopped. He never stopped. A lot of him be criticizing him for him being a rat, him being this, him being that, and he stand 10 toes down. You know what I'm saying? And he represent this shit the way this shit supposed to be represented, man. You know what I'm saying? And I feel his struggle and his journey and what he went through, because that's something similar to what I went through. Think about this. Think about how OG Mac going home, and then all the OGs before me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the last half of the first generation, not the first half of the first generation. You know what I'm saying? So all the big homies, you know what I'm saying, made a council and was like, yo, you know what? We don't want no one man rule no more. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna form a council, and then whoever they felt that who was gonna oppose them, they had question marks around them. And then my big homies just happened to be one of the ones that had a question mark around them. So what we did, we formed NYBB8 and formed the army and kept him in power and protected our Brim entity and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And then as years went on, and then, Mel Kross got his own hood. I'm doing what he's doing, and I'm getting big. And every time you hear Brim, you either hear Pee Wee, you hear Mel, you hear La, you hear one of these names. You know what I'm saying? And then you feel like, damn, like, it's good that you brimming the way doing what you're doing, but you just can't be, not just be doing it better than me, or your name is, bigger than me, where, and so forth and so on. And jealousy plays a part. The next thing you know, the same person who I fought and put my life on the line and stuff like that, to keep in power, and keep this thing going, flipped and turned on me. It wasn't done when I was in population or nothing like that. It was done when I had 3.5 years to 4 years in the box. When I had, mail restriction, I was on mail watch. I couldn't get no mail or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? And, I'm hearing that, niggas is coming at my outlaws, niggas is banging out, all this is going on. I'm supposed to be fool, whatever. When I left the box, before I came to the box, everything was all healthy. So I could understand I understand how you feel and how you feel betrayed, and then how you was the muscle and, you was putting on, and you was, doing everything like that. And then the minute a person say something, whatever, and then, people flip, or, people don't stand tall with you or stand 10 toes, they just go with the, with whatever the popular vote is at the time, for a favor. You know how there's favor for a favor. So I can understand, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy how, you try to discredit the man. Oh, he ain't from Harlem, whatever the case may be. Well, technically speaking, Mace wasn't born in Harlem. Mace came to Harlem, he's about 3, 4, 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully, that would make him from Harlem the same thing that would make Jim. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Jim originally from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? He left and went to Harlem when he was like, 12, 13, something like that, and been there ever since. Even when you sit here and think about it, Mason them came over here, he was 4 years old. By the time he was 20, He was in Atlanta, he was gone. When the last time he really hung out or been out there, whatever. During that whole time, Jim been out there. So when you want to be technical, Jim actually been living out in Harlem, been living in Harlem and longer than Mace. And probably longer than Cam, because Cam been gone for a long time. I'm just saying, I'm just keeping it a band. Then you sitting here talking about, they're from not from Harlem. Then sit down and think about it. So that means throughout the whole Dipset reign, you had your fans, you was faking a fraud and had your fans believing that this guy was from Harlem and this, that, and other. So that's what you telling us, because then that'd be corny. But then there's a lot of other drug kingpins and people that's from Harlem that live in Harlem that people recognize that's from Harlem, that's reputable Harlem people, that's not even really from Harlem either. So that was like kind of a little corny, but, I get it, you know what I'm saying? Person trying to embarrass them and everything like that. But like I said, it's just funny how when you and Jim had y'all beef and everything, and Jim chose to continue on with his career, because even the bigger Jim got, Cam still ate anyway, because even as a solo artist, Jim Jones was always Dipset, Cox Records. So Cam always still got a bag from everything Jim did, even from Bird Gang, even from Max B and all that. Jim gave him the bag and whatever. So, why not support Jim on that journey? He wasn't with it. But now, in this time and age, y'all just did the a little while back, y'all just did the verses with the locks and everything. Jim never been on that TV show, but then 50 is on there, and then in the midst, you want to sit here and say 50 going to explain, the reason why he called Jim Jones and, try to humiliate and destroy Dipset, and y'all clowning Jim, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, one of the other reasons that you wanted to do that is because, the certified gangster thing, even though Cam is in there, you know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, it was like a win-win situation for everybody. Jim looking at his career and trying to get to the bag, and he trying to, put other people on around him, you know what I'm saying, to create another movement similar to Dipset, you know what I'm saying, which he was doing with Bird Gang, and which he's now trying, now doing with Dice Peso and King Streets, you know what I'm saying, and a few other artists that he working on around him and what he trying to do. You know what I'm saying? So I respect the fact that, you know what I'm saying, he's still trying to keep everything tight. He's trying to keep everything set. You know what I'm saying? I see that with his movements, and he out here in these streets every day. We can't sit here and even play with him and act like Jim ain't out here every day. Like Jim ain't out here in these streets, and you know what I'm saying? Now we can't even play with him like that. But all that, with everything I said, is the reason why I respect Jimmy as an official blood OG in New York. You know what I'm saying? And you heard it from me first. Mel Kross, one of the founders, one of the, starters of this Brim movement over here in New York. You know what I'm saying? And even though I'm not non-trade and everything like that, you know what I'm saying? I love all my sets. I love all the homies. You know what I'm saying? All of them know that. You know what I'm saying? They give me that same love and respect. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what set they representing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm letting it be known, you know what I'm saying? Like, I look at Jim and I respect Jim as an OG blood in New York City. And I'm stamping that, you know what I'm saying? And I stand on that, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, thanks for tuning in to Kross TV Network. That's Kross with a K. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Tell me how you feel, comment, let me know how you feel. Let me know, let's go. Whoever want to get on the platform, whoever want to, get on my podcast and everything, tap in, hit in, tune in. Let me know. One.